Warning, this is going to be a very critical review. If you're actually a fan of this show, I don't give a shit. There's a reason why I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. Other than the Law and Order series, which is awesome by the way, there really aren't any shows on TV that appeal to me. Instead, I go on the internet and waste my time there, but that's a different rant entirely. As you may or may not know, I'm in high school right now, and thus I tend to overhear a lot of mindless chatter about stuff that people watch on TV. Usually it shows that anybody with a brain can tell are horrible. You know, shows like Secret Life of an American Teenager. Just a little side note, that show was fucking horrible. And when everybody in my high school started their obsession with the show Glee, I knew that this was no exception to the rule. But ExandShadow, you charming, awesome person, my colleagues told me. Glee really isn't about its cheesy plot and characters. It's the music that keeps us watching. And to be fair, they might have a point. Sort of. Think back to all those Disney movies that came out in the 1990s. A lot of them really weren't all that good. It was really only the music that kept us entertained. However, when I saw the promotional pictures and saw all those cheesy, fake happy faces, kind of like some other series I know, I decided that no music could be worth watching a show that I knew would be crap and whose fans even admit that it is crap. Then my sister got a hold of the soundtrack CD and nearly glued it into the car's stereo. After it having been played almost non-stop for many days now, I have to say, the singing isn't even that good. The only thing that people like about the show, and it's not even that good. Now, being fair here, most of the singers on this show weren't really bad, per se. However, they weren't great either, and for a show that's horrible, you really need great singers to push it up. But I can talk about the real show ever. But the singing just kind of sounded like a high schooler who got the lead in a school play because there was nobody else better. And it's not horrible, but I know many, many, many people in real life who have way more singing talent than some of these guys. Now, the track list itself is full of some of the most recognizable songs ever made, and to me, that's a bad thing. Sure, Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, Somebody to Love by Queen, and Sweet Caroline by I forget his name are good songs, but the fact is that they're played much too often for their own good. I'm sick of them, and hearing them redone by a mediocre group of singers doesn't do much to make them fresh again. Also, the way that the songs are set up in these versions is, well, weird. If you've been trapped in a well for your whole life and don't know what a Glee Club is, it's basically a group of singers, a big group of singers that sing songs together. And the way that Glee interprets this is that they have 4 or 5 singers that trade lines in the verses with a bigger chorus in the background. That's not how a Glee Club works, stupid TV producers that I can insult because they'll never see me anyway. A Glee Club has many, many members, and it sounds cool because they all have really neat harmonies as they sing together. You have a bunch of different parts with, I'd say, about 5 or 6 people in each part, and they go up and down, and the way that the voices together meld, that's what makes it sound cool. Instead, all of the background parts get stuck doing da-do, 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 da-do to the piano part of Don't Stop Believing. And trust me, this does not work in the slightest way. It's simply the show's way of ruining an instrumental moment that's supposed to remain instrumental. And it's not just that one song either. This stupid gimmick is used in multiple songs, and it never works. Ever. But Glee goes far beyond just screwing up the instrumental arrangement. Yes, Glee likes to go above and beyond when it comes to pissing me off. Think about bands like Queen, Journey, the Rolling Stones, and Van Halen. Now imagine the lead singers with female voices. Yeah, it seems horribly wrong to me too. For no good reason, multiple female singers are put into these songs when it's really, really jarring to have them there. There's one female singer in particular that tends to go really overboard with the runs in these songs. You know, I'm gonna stop singing now. And more often than not, it ends up ruining the effect of the song. The fact that she seems off-key a lot of the time doesn't seem to help either. Really, it would have been better if the girls just stuck with singing songs by girls and if the boys stuck with singing songs by boys. And before the sexist card is thrown at me, let me make it perfectly clear. I'm not sexist, and I don't think that I'm better than women because I'm a male. I think that I'm better than everyone because I'm awesome. However, getting back on topic, you might be thinking to yourself, but ExandShadow, you amazing super being who keeps on ripping off Yahtzee. If you hate the songs with lots of people in them, maybe the solo songs are okay. Well, you're wrong. In fact, my most hated song on the album is the show's rendition of Billy Idol's classic song, Dancing with Myself. And now, to be fair, the guy who sang this in Glee isn't really that bad. His voice just doesn't work with the Billy Idol song. No, what ruins the song is the musical rearrangement, as always. Instead of the fun, upbeat, energy-fueled song that Billy Idol had, they decided to throw away what made that admittedly repetitive song enjoyable, and instead with some weird faux jazz, on the downbeat, snappy song that really is just too slow to make the song enjoyable to listen to. The reason why the Billy Idol song was fun was because it was high tempo and full of energy, and that's not in this one, and thus it's a very repetitive, boring song. And the fact that they ruined a song that I really like just kind of pisses me off. Really, at the end of the day, as mediocre as this album is, it's still bearable to listen to. And believe me, when you're comparing this to some of the other crap on TV today, I can see why people might like this show and might like this music. But really, just download the original versions of these songs. They're way more enjoyable that way, and you're also supporting the real artists, not these hacks. But knowing the internet, you do it illegally anyway, so I don't see why I bothered trying to send out that message. I'm ExandShadow, and I'm going to get killed by teenage girls for this. Oh well, I knew it would happen someday.